What if I told you that all of us are beautiful? Thomas Rhodes has some words about this. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches, and some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear, and some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us carry seeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. Some of us smell, good or bad. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are.
It's always a joy to get this to play with Grace. Grace is this is maybe her third or fourth time playing here at the fellowship, and when we plan music for the services, I will send our instrumentalists or our singers like a little blurb about what the service is about. So I was like, so we're doing this flower service. If you happen to know any oboe pieces about flowers, let me know. And she's like, actually, I have just the thing. There is this, she came back with an oboe concerto called The Flower Clock. I'm sure maybe some of our gardeners know what the flower clock is. It's categorizing flowers according to what time they bloom. So this is, we're going to we're going to play the first sort of section of this piece for a flower, the galante de jour, that blooms at 3 a.m. apparently. And it's written by a French composer. You can hear a lot of French Impressionism in it. You can also hear a lot of kind of weird jazzy stuff. It was written in 1963, so here we go.
Good morning and welcome to the Boulder Valley Unitarian-Universalist Church. I'm Nicolette Toussaint and it's pronouns she and her, and it is my pleasure to be part of a triple treat service this morning with Service Associates Karin Griglak and Eric Williams. Our service, entitled A Bouquet of People, is the annual flower communion. For those new here, it's a uniquely Unitarian Universalist tradition, and it's rooted in our history. It's a story about people who for generations have resisted oppression and celebrated the beautiful diversity of all humans in all their colors, cultures, complexity, and character. Whether you're joining us in person or online, we're glad you're here. We hope that you will feel the welcome and love of this fellowship this morning. The QR code on our screens will take you to an order of service for this morning. Our book for sharing joys and concerns is near the main doors of the sanctuary. You're welcome to write a brief personal note in it, and please mark whether you would like to have it read aloud later in this service. If you'd like to have a pastoral care associate or a neighborhood connector get in touch with you, please add your contact information. You may do this at any time until the book is brought up here toward the end of the hour. If you're new here, whether you're with us personally or online, we're glad you found us and will experience the warmth and love of this community. As we share our history this morning, we hope that you will feel not only a part of the bouquet of flowers here in this congregation today, but part of a continuing community of open-hearted souls that stretches back for generations. And that's the American Sign Language sign for it. Please help welcome this morning with giving a rousing response. You are welcome here. I'll cue you. You are all welcome here today in all the beauty of languages, ages, cultures, skin tones, shapes, and sizes, gifts and challenges that come together in your uniqueness. You are welcome here. In all the ways you experience and express gender, you are welcome here. In the beauty that is who you are, who you love, and how you love. In all the ways you make your living and the places you are from. In all the traditions that inform your spiritual life. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears. You are invited to join us with a curious mind, a loving heart, and a willing spirit. You are welcome here. We are grateful to our entire community, and we all have different skills, and we minister to one another by sharing them. We hope you take a moment after service to say hello and thank those who are using their skills to bring this Sunday celebration to life. As I name you, please wave so newer folks can see who you are. Thanks to music director Ted Koriath on the piano, to Grace Stringfellow on oboe, and to Amy Austin for leading songs. They are sharing their musical talents with us this morning. We also thank the tech team, who many of us don't see, but who perform an incredible amount of work in the background. This morning, they are Larry Sherwood, Mary Hill, and Deborah Mensch. Hi. We also want to thank our aesthetics team for putting together our beautiful flower altar this morning. Please wave if this is your lovely work. There we go. We hope, in the words of a poem that Eric will be reading shortly, that this will be one of the days when there are more flowers than the vases can hold. As we take a moment to greet each other this morning, I invite anyone who hasn't yet brought your flowers up to the dais to please do so during this time. Oh, our moment of chaos, greet us.
All right. My name is Eric Williams. I use he, him pronouns. As we listen to our bowl sing into silence this morning, let it draw us deeper into the present moment with this, our beloved community. This is a poem by Reverend Tess Baumberger titled, Bring Your Flowers. We all have those days of no flowers, just weeds. You know the kind I mean. The days when our trials and tribulations seem most present. The days when the commitments we make exceed the time we meant to give, and yet it is all such good work and there's always more to do. The days when someone is snarky and we snark right back. The days when our own mistakes that we cannot admit to ourselves. The days of criticism we take too much to heart, ignoring all previous and future praise. The days when we simply cannot summon compassion for those who annoy us, no matter how hard we try. We all know those days of no flowers, when the weeds rise up and seem to choke out beauty. Then there are the days of more flowers than the vases can hold. You know those days, the days of fun and productivity, where creativity is queen in loving ways, days when everything flows. The days when people treat one another gently, even when someone is snarky, even if it's you. When a thoughtful silence wraps you and them in a holy moment of connection. The days when you can take criticism with a grain of salt and praise with a thankful, open hand. The days when exactly the right thought occurs to you at exactly the right moment and you witness something opening up inside you or in another person or in the garden spaces between you. There are days of too many flowers for any vase to hold. May this day be a day of too many flowers for you. And in the coming weeks and months, may such days grow for each of us. May we rejoice in the abundance of our blessings.
I'm in the right place. Would you please rise, embody your spirit? Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken fresh from the word. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain, snowfall, sunlit from heaven. Praise for the dewfall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where God's feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, made in soft play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
Before Eric lights the chalice this morning, I want to say a few words about where the flaming chalice symbol came from. Like our flower communion, it is tied to World War II. In 1939, on behalf of the American Unitarian Association, Reverend Waitstill and Martha Sharp, his wife, from Massachusetts, were smuggling Jews and other refugees out of Nazi-occupied Europe. Their work became a dangerous undercover operation involving espionage, money laundering, and the creation of escape routes. The Sharps needed a secret sign, a badge, to allow refugees, many of whom did not speak English, to identify them. So the director of the Unitarian Service Committee, the Reverend Charles Joy, hired Hans Deutsch, an Austrian artist and refugee, to design a logo for the committee's refugee rescue and relief operations. The new symbol combined an ancient altar chalice and a flame to create a symbol of hope, sacrifice, and help offered based on need, not on race or creed. Later, the chalice was adopted as the official symbol of the Unitarian-Universalist Association. It carried on after the Unitarian and Universalist merger in 1961. If you have a chalice here at home, you can light it with me as Eric lights the one here in our fellowship. So we know where our chalices are. Please write in the chat, chalice lit in, fill in the blank. Please say the words along with me as Eric lights our chalice. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action.
I am so glad you were all able to join us this morning. For those of you who don't know me, I am Karin Griglak, and I go by she, her pronouns. Our half plate this morning is the community is Growing Gardens, whose mission and vision are to cultivate community through regenerative urban agriculture and encourage people to experience a direct and deep connection with food, the land, and each other. Growing Gardens has brought food donations of over 136 to Let's try again. Growing Gardens has brought regenerative agriculture, education, and food donations to over 136,000 Boulder County residents. And they programs empower people of all ages, income levels, and abilities by reconnecting them with their local food systems and teaching gardening, cooking, and nutrition education. Thousands of pounds of produce, as well as plant starts and seeds, are donated to low-income community members to impart greater food security and hunger relief in our community. You can text your donation to the number on the screen or place an offering in the plate as it passes. We thank you for your offering to our community, whether it is in your money or your time. We know it is generously given and gratefully received. Thank you. For the work of this fellowship and Growing Gardens Cultivate, we dedicate these offerings.
Many of you know this, but I'm going to tell you the history of our flower communion, as written by Reverends Terri and David Schwartz. Our flower communion was created by the Reverend Norbert Čapek, who sits about as close to sainthood as a UU can get. The Schwartzes write, Norbert Čapek grew up in Czechoslovakia, where his mother was a devout Catholic and his father an agnostic. At age 10, in 1890, he became an acolyte at St. Martin's Catholic Church. In the years that followed, he became disillusioned. His priest was a cynic. At 18, Norbert was apprenticed to his uncle, a successful tailor in Vienna. And there, Norbert discovered the Baptists. He became a minister, and he founded almost a dozen churches scattered from Ukraine to Budapest. Norbert left Bohemia under government threat and accepted a call to serve a Baptist church in New York City until one day in 1990. His faith had become steadily more and more liberal. That day he wrote in his diary, quote, "I can't be a Baptist anymore, even in compromise. The fire of new desires, new worlds is burning inside me." Norbert and his wife, Maya Čapek, joined a Unitarian church in New Jersey in 1921 for the same reason many people here did. They liked the religious program for children. When World War I ended and the Austro-Hungarian Empire collapsed, Czechoslovakia gained its independence, and the Čapeks returned home. Reverend Čapek's Unitarian Church was the Prague Liberal Religious Fellowship, a church that grew to nearly 3,200 members. The traditional Christian communion of bread and wine wouldn't work for that congregation because his church, like ours, had people who believed many different things. Turning to the beauty of the countryside, Reverend Čapek developed the flower communion. He asked his congregants to bring a flower from their gardens or the field or the roadside, put it in a vase. Following the service, each person could take a flower, a different one than the one they brought, and take it home with them. The blooming bouquet symbolized both the church community and the countryside, each flower unique, but all gathered together in a bundle of beauty. Čapek was a visionary minister leading a church that was ahead of its time, a bold church, a church thinking beyond its doors, a church willing to take risks, to make tough decisions, to bear disappointment, and to build a new way. First by building a church, and then that church could build up the world. That is our church, and that was Reverend Čapek's church. For speaking truth to power, the Gestapo arrested Reverend Čapek in 1942. The Nazis accused him of listening to foreign broadcasts and sent Reverend Čapek to the Dachau concentration camp. There, amidst starvation and torture, Čapek held a flower communion for his fellow prisoners. They found whatever flowers they could among the weeds of the camp, and they testified to a beauty larger than themselves, to a love that would outlive them. The Nazis killed Norbert Čapek, but his spirit, courage, and commitment live on today. Those qualities have been passed on to us, and our covenant with history is to make them real. Norbert's wife, Maya, brought the flower communion to the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1940, and like wildflowers, it has spread across the country over the years. As we gather our blossoms this morning, we're not just engaging in a historical reenactment, but affirming our continuity with our kindred, with unique individuals, living and dead, all engaging in generations of struggle for ever-widening liberty. This flower communion, lovely though it is, isn't a diversion from ugly reality. It carries a gentle fierceness. It proclaims that even in the midst of sinister days, there is always the light of beauty. We are not here just to recall, but also to remember something that is happening, to remember, to put together again, each as a part of the body of this community, out of many, one. Today, we celebrate this ritual of solemnity and joy. In a moment, we will invite you all to come down, row by row, and choose a flower that is not the one you brought this morning. Leave via the central aisle, so you'll come this way. If you didn't bring a flower, don't worry about it. We have plenty. And if you need a flower brought to you, ask your neighbor to bring one back, or if you raise and wave your hand, Karen will bring a vase and let you choose one.
want you all to take your flower for a minute, and those of you on Zoom, if you got any flowers at home, look at them, look out your window, or just imagine what I'm talking about with your flower. I want you all to look at your flower for a moment. Notice all of the intricate little pieces it has, from leaves to little bumpy parts to little stamens and pistils of those little hairy things in the middle. And think about all of the things that came together to make your flower. And this year, a lot went into making your flower. They dealt with 90-degree heat, followed by snow, what felt like almost on the same day, followed by 80-degree heat, and a frost, and more snow. And yet, it somehow came together to be the beautiful flower that is in front of you. Sniff it if it's not going to make you sneeze. It might have a floral scent to it. It might smell green. It might smell like nothing. It went through its own struggles to be here today. And guess what? So did all of you. You with your intricate, tiny little bits, your great big pops of color, the subtleties in your personality. Some days are overpowering, and some days dim to what feels like almost nothing. Take a minute and look at your flower again, realizing that these lovely little bits are just like me, just like you. Now look at your neighbor's flower. They look different, they smell different. Still all made of the same tough stuff that you are. That doesn't mean that you are strong every day, or sometimes any day. But you're here. And that's pretty darn amazing for each and every one of us. Because we could be somewhere else this morning. But we're not. We are here, putting one part of ourselves in front of the other and moving forward in whatever way that we do, making this world a more beautiful place. In each individual, unique, tiny bit that we do. Take one more sniff of your flower. And just think of how amazing you are. Just like how amazing it is. And while we have amazing times and we have sad times, we will take a moment to celebrate both with our joys and concerns this morning.
Beloveds, we hear these joys and sorrows. We honor the unspoken ones too that remain in our hearts, because words aren't needed for us to receive our gathered compassion or our collective joy. Those things flow deeper than words. They flow through our hearts, through our lives, through the space between us to connect, to help, even to heal. Simply showing up this morning to be part of this community may be an act of healing for ourselves and others. I offer this prayer of healing for all of us gathered here. A prayer for UUs, Christians, Muslims, Jews, Buddhists, all faiths. A prayer for pagans, humanists, agnostics, atheists. We all can say thank you. We can say thank you to the sky, to the sun, to the moon, to our own beating hearts, to the Spirit of life. Say it with me now. Thank you. Thank you to the flowers here today, each one unique, and to each of us, each one unique. Thank you to the music, to the interweaving instruments, to the joy we feel rising as we listen. Thank you, life. Thank you, love. Thank you, sacred sanctuary. But most of all, thank you to all of us for our covenant together. Thank you for this resilient community of love. Please say it again with me. Thank you. Amen.
We're going to sing together one more time. This is in the teal hymnal. This is in the gray hymnal, sorry. Number 301, Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky. Would you please stand in body or spirit and join me? Touch the earth, reach the sky, walk on shores while spirits fly, over the ocean, over the land, our faith a question to understand. Touch the earth, reach the sky, ardent as the wonder fly, in our eyes the answers how, and by our love they learn and grow. Touch the earth, reach the sky, all are born and all shall die, life the star left in between, to follow door, to build a dream. Touch the earth, reach the sky, hug the laughter, feel the cry, may we see where we can give, for this is what it means to live. Touch the earth, reach the sky, soar with courage ever high, spirits joining as we fly, to touch the earth, to reach the sky.
Please remain standing. Chalice extinguish.
We extinguish this chalice, but not the warmth of love, the light of truth, nor the energy of action. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again.
Now you can sit back down. Many of us around here wear many hats. So hi, I'm Karin Griglak. I am on the Leadership Development Committee, and I have your announcements this morning. We invite you to stay a little while after our celebration for a casual conversation on Zoom, or join us for coffee hour over in the fellowship hall, where we cherish moments of connection together. If you have questions about this congregation, you are welcome to stop by the welcome table in our foyer or find links in the chat to help you get more involved in this community. If you would like some pastoral care, Pat Bulltop in the back here wearing the white stole will be available at the welcome desk out in the foyer after the service. And if you have any other questions about what that means, she'd be happy to answer those too. Have you ever wondered what it's like to attend the UU General Assembly? Are you curious about attending online this June? Our own Scott Yeomans will be available in Fellowship Hall after the service to answer all of your GA questions, including the when, where, why, and how to register. Financial support is available from the fellowship, so don't pass up this opportunity to be a voice for BVUUF at this national gathering of UUs. If you would like to know more about the fellowship's finances and the upcoming budget for our annual meeting, both long-term and this coming year, attend our budget explainer session at 11 o'clock here in the sanctuary. We'll be revisiting our 5-year plan and going over the proposed budget for financial year 26-27. After that, plan on attending the annual congregational meeting to vote on that budget. If you have ever wanted to know how to twirl and spin flags, 2 of our youth, Sol and Emma, members of award-winning color guard teams here and near here, will share their skills with us. Beginners of all ages are welcome, and they'll be outside on the lawn by the Carius Street from 11:30 to noon. Our time here together does not begin, nor does it end on Sunday. Throughout the week, there are many opportunities for service, friendship, and spiritual growth. You can find more information for that at the welcome table, through our Connections Weekly, and there is a link on our website. Join us Saturday, June 6th for the ship's annual congregational meeting and potluck. when members will vote for leadership for the 26-27 year and the budget. We'll start with food and friendship at our potluck from 5 to 6, followed by the business meeting from 6 to 8. If you need childcare, you can RSVP and let the potluck folks know that you're coming. If you can't make it in person, you are also welcome to join us on Zoom starting at 6 o'clock. And next Sunday at 11:30, our welcoming task force will host a question and answer session about welcoming Reverend Ali to our fellowship. A panel of leaders who are working on welcoming activities want to hear your comments, and they want to answer all of your questions. Please make plans to attend this discussion. It will be available on Zoom on our usual Sunday services link. For more information, talk to Julie McKenzie of the Welcoming Task Force. We still have flowers left. You are more than welcome to take them after the service. And if you brought a vase this morning, please go ahead and grab that so it does not wind up hiding in the kitchen somewhere and we have to go find it. That is the end of the announcements. I want to invite you all to rise in body or in spirit. Reach out in whatever way works for you, whether it is elbows, hands, shoulders, or hug yourself if you'd rather not touch someone else today, because today is not that day for you. Oscar Wilde reminds us to keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. The consciousness of loving and being loved brings a warmth and a richness to life that nothing else can bring. And the Shinto author Masaru Emoto says, if you feel lost, disappointed, hesitant, or weak, return to yourself, to who you are, here and now. And when you get there, you will discover yourself, like a lotus flower, in full bloom, even in a muddy pond. Beautiful and strong. May you all have a wonderful week, full of blossoming opportunities and curiosity. Blessed be.